This review has been approved by Lord Carnage. Welcome to Classic Game Room, where I've got one of the best fighting games I've played on the Game Boy Advance SP. It's Street Fighter Alpha 3. And that rhymes. As a general rule, handheld game systems aren't always the best platform for fighting games, unless that fighting game happens to be Street Fighter Alpha 3, because this game rocks the Game Boy Advance. It looks good, there's lots of characters, and it plays as well as you can expect it to play on the Game Boy Advance. I'm using the GBA SP here, which is terrific. The little D-pad is no substitute for a great arcade joystick, but it gets the job done, even if it doesn't have enough buttons. You can assign attacks to whatever buttons you want, but the game has 6 attacks and you've only got 4 buttons to work with, so you have to combine a few of them to make a medium attack, for example. It's tricky to pull off some of the special moves with the little D-pad, even when using the GameCube. But basically, it's just a good version of Street Fighter Alpha 3 on the go. I previously reviewed the Dreamcast version. Obviously, that one's better. It's on the Dreamcast. But this is an amazing mobile version, and it's really cheap, too. So if you need your Street Fighter Alpha 3 fix on the go, on the bus, on the plane, right in the middle of science class, here it is. So what makes it one of the best games on the GBA or GBA SP? Well, it helps that it's a good game to begin with. Also, it has a visual style that lends itself nicely to the small Game Boy Advance screen, and it plays really well. So really that's it. I could just end the review there. It's a good miniaturized version, and who doesn't love having Chun-Li in their pocket? Let's take a look at the menu. There's a single-player mode, 2-player if you have a link cable or whatever, and there's a bunch of fighters to choose from. It would seem that there's some unlockable things, but to be honest, I'm not very good at these games. I like to jump around, mash buttons, and kick people in the head. I don't really know their special moves. I play as Chun-Li, or one of the other girls with kicking attacks, and try to break shins. I fight dirty. It's like I'm training for the Kumite. Except I'm not. I'm playing video games. We got Fei Long in here, who's one of my Street Fighter favorites. Chun-Li, Cammy, Bison, Cody, and even Jean-Claude Van Damme, played by Guile in the game. Sound effects are good, and the music's not too bad either. This is one of the best ports of a big game I've seen on the Game Boy Advance. So there you have it. If you're looking for a good fighting game on the go for your Game Boy Advance, look no further than Street Fighter Alpha 3. And of course, I've got a Classic Game Room shout out and thank you to send to Paul from Whittier, California. Thank you, Paul, for sending the game to the show. It's easy to collect, doesn't cost much, and it rocks your GBA SP in particular. Now, I'm assuming you have a Dreamcast, and if you leave that at home while you're traveling, this is the version of Street Fighter Alpha 3 that you want. Highly recommend it.